Today, I sent out an email to all our members, well, the ISA and the Busan ones anyway. I was moaning about slugs. I also sent them some poetry too, don't worry. And then I went for a bike ride, and it occurred to me that I spend an awful lot of time on my bike rides swerving around slugs. I did manage to get one today. And you know what? I'm not the better for it. I don't like killing them. And it's not just because they make an awful mess on my tyres. But why is it, do you think, that despite the devastating effects on my garden, I try not to kill them? Anyway, you haven't come to listen to my gardening problems. Today, you've come to hear the results of the video prompt for June. Thank you to all the poets who took part and to Linda for reading all the poems and choosing her favourites for the Poetry Pea Journal and the podcast. You'll be able to read them in the next journal, that's 424, which should, with a fair wind behind it, be out at the end of August. Have you left your poems in the comments for this month? Apart from December, there's always a video prompt to submit to. The poems this month were written to a video I took in New York. It's about a video portal which allowed the good folks of New York and Dublin, not to mention the tourists hanging about in their cities, to gawp at one another, and worse. I believe they did have to close it down for a few days because of some very delinquent behaviour. Anyway, in a sec I'm going to read you the poems that were chosen by Linda, but I have one last thing before I go on. Those of you listening when the podcast is published, that's the 31st of July 2024, and who are on the mailing list, have just today, yes, only today, to action the invite I sent you. If you're not on the mailing list, you've missed something very special. So, poetry. Let's go. Coming together for a little while, the rainfall stops. Coming together for a little while, the rainfall stops. Fumio. You weren't far wrong, although it was a very, very rainy holiday in New York. In his eyes, the smiles of millions, man in the moon. In his eyes, the smiles of millions, man in the moon. Alfred Booth. The looking glass, a world we see but cannot touch. The looking glass, a world we see but cannot touch. Alison Whipple. Summer fun, our smiling faces at the bottom of the well. Summer fun, our smiling faces at the bottom of the well. Tony Williams. Photo op. Laughter travels across the Atlantic. Photo op. Laughter travels across the Atlantic. Nina Singh. Yes, Nina, people were getting a lot of pleasure out of this portal, I can tell you. Lots of laughter and other things. Coming together, reaching out with a smile. Coming together, reaching out with a smile. Paul Callis. Virtual bridge, accents blend in the cloud. Virtual bridge, accents blend in the cloud. Sandip Chauhan. Across the divide, I smile and gesture to Dad, wishing he could hear me. Across the divide, I smile and gesture to Dad, wishing he could hear me. Susan Rogers. And you know, Susan, I did wonder about WhatsApping my cousins in Dublin and saying, get yourself over to the portal and give me a wave. But I just didn't have the time. Magic eye I see myself through. Magic eye I see myself through. Biswajit Mishra. More alike than different, we each raise a middle finger. More alike than different, we each raise a middle finger. Kimberly Kuchar. Kimberly, I think you've hit the nail on the head. That's the sort of behaviour that got the portal closed for a few days. Unity in diversity, the many colours of sky. Unity in diversity, the many colours of sky. Hifsa Ashraf. Desperate to be seen, I wave, I shout, I scream, only to meld deeper into the scene. Desperate to be seen, I wave, I shout, I scream, only to meld deeper into the scene. Pat Obuchowski. Oceans apart, waves keep connecting. Oceans apart, waves keep connecting. By Sali Chatterjee Dutt. Pure magic, I can see you across, trying to say hello. Pure magic, I can see you across, trying to say hello. Anna Maria Domberg San Cristoforo. Anna Maria, can you imagine if our grandparents were to come back and to see that? They'd definitely think it was magic, witchcraft, wouldn't they? And with that, we're finished for the day. Sorry about that. Quite a short one this time. But lots of original poetry nonetheless. Thank you very much for being with me today. It's lovely to know that you're out there listening and I'm not just chatting into the void. It's been a real pleasure reading these poems for you. And thanks again to Linda. Without her, the video prompt just wouldn't be possible. Here's hoping you have a lovely week. And until we meet again, keep writing. If there's something that you'd like to know about today's podcast, do send me an email and let me know, and I'll get back to you. Ciao!